What's up, beautiful people? Today we're going to be checking out Vivek Ramaswamy response to Trump's January 6th indictment. So a lot of people have been asking me to check his video out. People are saying he's very smart and very well spoken, or he's a good orator. A lot of people have told me that and they want me to check a video from him. So I decided to go, check this one out. Let's hear what he said. Let's get to it.
At moment in our country's history, the 45th president of the United States, Donald Trump, has yet again been indicted by the Biden DOJ, a political party in power that is now repeatedly using police force to indict and arrest and potentially eliminate its political opponents from competition. This is a politicized prosecution. It is a political persecution through prosecution, now in a third indictment just in a matter of months.
He's Republican, yeah?
Against the person who is still at present the lead contender in the Republican primary for U.S. president. I want to be very clear. I am running for U.S. president in that same Republican primary. It would be easier for me if Donald Trump were eliminated from competition. That's not how I want to win. This is not about politics to me. This is about first principles. We do not want to become a country where the party in power is able to use banana republic-like tactics to eliminate its political opponents.
Banana Republic-like tactics. What is that?
Yet I'm sad to say that's exactly where we are. The allegations in this indictment fall flat. It is wrong and incorrect and inaccurate to place blame for what happened on January 6th at the feet of Donald Trump. I said this at the time. I've said it ever since then. I continue to say it today. I would not have made the same judgments that Donald Trump did in how he handled that day. But that's different from saying that he committed a crime. He did not. He specifically told the protesters that day to behave peacefully. The First Amendment in this country gives political protesters the ability to express themselves and their opinions freely. Donald Trump was not responsible for what happened on January 6th. You want to know what was responsible? I said this in the days after January 6, 2021, just as I say it today. Systematic, pervasive censorship in this country. That was after a year where we had told people across this nation that you had to stay locked down in your house, in your basement, and shut up, sit down, do as you're told. If you question that, you're racist, you're anti-science.
So
your social
mad.
Media accounts were silenced. You had to stay home and lock down unless you were part of BLM or Antifa, in which case it was perfectly fine to roam the streets of this country and burn many of them down. That was the double standard that then applied and said that if you said the virus originated in a lab in Wuhan, you were again a racist and had your internet accounts shut down. You were then told you had an election where you could express yourself to put the right person in charge of fixing these problems, and instead, your accounts were suppressed if you sent a mere message saying that the Hunter Biden laptop story from the New York Post was real. You had your accounts locked. Even the New York Post had its own account locked. And if you repeatedly then tell people they cannot speak, that is when they scream. If you repeatedly tell people they cannot scream, that is when they tear things down. And I think we are making a grave mistake in this country by trying to pin the blame for that at the feet of one man. If we
Even pinning the blame on the feet of one man is making the people even more mad now.
refuse to learn our mistakes from our mistakes in the past, we are doomed to suffer an even worse fate in the future. I worry that will create a country where January 6, 2021 was a friendly parley compared to what's actually to come. I'm running for president to make sure we don't march towards some kind of national divorce. But the first and most important step that we as candidates can take in this race is to speak and speak forcefully on the side of principle, to say that even if we're competing against Donald Trump, as I am, I do not want to see him eliminated from competition using these politicized tactics. It is wrong for our country. It is wrong for our future. I call on my fellow candidates to condemn it, and I call on President Biden to do the right thing and drop these politicized charges. That's going to be a first step towards uniting our country.
Okay. Yeah, I like his views on that one. I like his views on that one. A lot of people are saying the same thing. I don't know if it's correct because a lot of people are saying it, but I did go through the indictments paper, and I said in my other video, I'm not a professional, but it just was kind of like, especially for, I think it was felony. It just didn't sit like that should be a felony charge to me. I mean, with my common man sense, I'm not a professional, but it didn't look like it was like a real thing. So yeah, I do understand where he's coming from, and he's made valid points. He said he's running in the Republican Party, so Donald Trump is a competitor, but he doesn't want him to be eliminated in that way. Which, I like it. I like when a man talks like that. It's a weak man's thing to look for faulty ways to eliminate your competitor. Fight him. Get in the battleground and change blows, and whoever wins takes the title. So yeah, I like that call. It's my first video of him, but I like to see his video or his takes on wokeness and those things people don't like to talk about. Wokeness, gender ideology, all those things that are really sensitive. That's where you really tell the people that are deep into politics versus the people that are willing to be truthful. A lot of people are going to try to sugarcoat things to make it seem nice, and then the people that are truthful will say it as it is. So yeah, I'd like to see his take on all of those, and then we'll talk more on where I stand with his ideology. I'm going to put it that way. But anyway, since the end of this video, feel free to share your thoughts if you've been familiar with him for a long time, or if you followed his journey and you want to talk to us about it. Feel free to do so in the comment section. That being said, smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a very wonderful day. Peace.